Waheguru Khalsa, Waheguru Fateh. My name is Guruka Singh, and today I will be giving a response to the SikhNet director and founder, Gurumustuk Singh, who has posted a message on SikhNet recently. Dear Gurumustuk Singh Ji, in reading your recent article, you make some points that need to be answered. You say, and I'm quoting Gurumustuk Singh, detractors will try to tell me how yoga is against Sikhi without even understanding what I practice and the practical benefits of it to a householder. End quote from Gurumustuk. And then I respond, there's nothing to understand. Yogi Bhajan's tantric yoga, as he taught it and you still practice it, is against Sikhi. Always was and always will be. Read the SRM, the Sikh Rehat Maryada. The Rehatnamas of Bhai Daya Singh Ji and Bhai Nan Lal Ji, that a Khalsa should not practice any tantric yoga asanas, yantras, mantras, and tantras. Sikhs may hold differing opinions on physical yoga asanas, such as some of the Kundalini yoga that you practice. Some believe it is totally against Sikhi, others believe it is fine as long as it is regarded as an exercise for fitness. But they all agree on this. Tantric yoga asanas and the tantras and mantras of Yogi Bhajan are not a part of Sikhi. Dr. Trilochan Singh outlined this quite clearly in a book after spending months with Yogi Bhajan in the late 1970s. I'm sure by now you've at least heard of his book, Sikhism and Tantric Yoga, which I encourage you to read, if for no other reason, to try and understand how most of the Sikh world views Yogi Bhajan, 3HO, and the un-Sikh-like practices Yogi Bhajan taught you and you so stubbornly are attached to. Here is a link where you can download the book for free as a PDF, and I'll put this in the description to the video. Then you say, Gurumustuk, and I quote Gurumustuk saying here again, then there are some people who have so much anger or hate inside themselves that they have made it their mission to slander, spread false and misleading information, making every attempt to put down Siddhi Singh Sahib, Harbhajan Singh Khalsa, and Sikhs from Western origin in a supposed attempt to save others from us, as if they know the right way. And now when Gurumustuk refers to this Siddhi Singh Sahib, this is Yogi Bhajan. This Siddhi Singh Sahib was this fake name that Yogi Bhajan made up and the Bhajanists still use. Then I say to Gurumustuk, well, there's a great deal of judgment here on your part. Does it not occur to you that rather than hate, there are a lot of people who feel extremely concerned about the way that Yogi Bhajan's Sikh Dharma and 3HO are practicing a form of Sikhi that is not congruent with the SRM and is moving further away on a daily basis? Now I have put slides and pictures here for you to view which show a lot of these un-Sikh-like practices, and we'll go over some of those specifically after I finish this statement to Gurumustuk. Gurumustuk, does it ever occur to you that these individuals feel the need to point these un-Sikh-like practices out? Can you not see that this attempt to set the record straight is not motivated by hate, but by a genuine concern for the future of Sikhi? I see this concern on Sikh discussion groups from all around the world. Many Sikhs are genuinely worried about the direction that 3HO and Sikh Dharma are taking, as you can read on this forum. And I've put a link to one of these Sikh forums. Furthermore, false and misleading information can easily be defeated with facts. I have yet to see you, SikhNet or other SD members, meet any of this so-called false and misleading information with facts. Your usual response is to either ignore the info, delete it from the forum if you have the power to do so, or to indulge in what is called an ad hominem attack, to attack the character of the messenger. This is what you are doing in your article when you say, there are some people who have so much anger or hate inside themselves. How do you know, Gurumustuk, that they are motivated by hate? How do you know that they are not genuinely concerned? Has SikhNet never responded to legitimate concerns by Sikhs that Yogi Bhajan was given Hindu last rites by his wife, Inderjeet Kaur Putty, and many 3HO members participated in Rishikesh, as Anju Kaur at the Sikh Free Press so clearly revealed in her article published almost 4 years ago now because SikhNet believes the story is false? Or that you think Anju Kaur is engaging in a hate campaign? Now, Gurumustuk, about knowing the right way. As you know, CK is a path of discipline, and there are rules. Of course, Sikhs are very independent people, and over the centuries, many different interpretations of the rules set up by Guru Sahib sprang up. Thus, in the early part of the 20th century, a document was produced with the approval of the SGPC and the Panth called the Sikh Rehat Maryada. It codified all the different rules and customs of Sikhi into a form that was approved by the SGPC and the Panth. Many respected Sikh saints and scholars contributed to its creation. It is readily available in Punjabi and in English, and may even be posted on SikhNet. It's really very simple, Gurumustuk. Either you follow the SRM or you don't. For example, the SRM specifically prohibits the veneration of any graves or monuments erected to honor the memory of a deceased person. Yet we have seen the followers of Yogi Bhajan who now want to create a huge bronze murti, 10-foot-high murti of Yogi Bhajan, and you see the Bhajanist bowing to his memorial in Espanola, as was done in the elaborate 4-day celebration 3HO and Sikh Dharma hosted at Yogi Bhajan's ranch in October 2014. Now again, in this video, you'll see the letter that this Sikh Dharma International sent out, which is promoting this fundraiser to build this 10-foot-high bronze murti of Yogi Bhajan, which will be placed at his death spot and used for murti puja. They want to raise $82,000 to build this murti. It's really appalling. So, Gurumustuk, SRM also prohibits the performance of home, the Hindu ritual, lighting of ritual fire and pouring intermittently clarified butter, food grains, etc. into it for propitiating gods for fulfillment of a purpose. There's ample evidence on the internet of Yogi Bhajan's longtime students and family members who call themselves Sikhs and use Singh, Kaur, and Khalsa in their names, not only participating in this ritual, but organizing and publicizing it. This is simply not allowed by SRM. To do these kind of things flaunts the very intent of SRM and offends the sensibilities of devout Sikhs. When this is brought to your attention by concerned individuals, your response is to say that this is an interfaith event. No, Gurumustuk, it is a Hindu worship of their fire god. You, Gurumustuk, say they spread false info saying we regard Yogi Bhajan as our guru. So this is Gurumustuk telling people like me and other concerned Sikhs that we are spreading false info saying we regard Yogi Bhajan as their guru. My response is, well, apart from the fact that Yogi Bhajan was heard to refer to himself as the guru on more than one occasion, and I want to just comment on that. I heard Yogi Bhajan say to their Khalsa council, he said, I am, as far as you are concerned, I am the guru. That's what he said in this Khalsa council meeting. He was very angry, shouting at the Khalsa council and his Khalsa council, and he says, as far as you're concerned, I am the guru. That's what he said. Then there's also an article on the Sikh Free Press where Bhavan Singh experienced where Yogi Bhajan told him that told him that he was the guru. So several people, I know them personally, heard Yogi Bhajan say that he was the guru. Bhavan Singh talks about this in an article. You can read about it there at the Sikh Free Press. So, Well apart from the fact that Yogi Bhajan was heard to refer to himself as the Guru on more than one occasion, let us take as a frame of reference a report recently published from the recent Khalsa Council meeting. This report was by SS Guru Jodhkar Khalsa, Secretary General, Sikh Dharma International, Khalsa Council, dated November 5th, 2014. It's right here, this copy of the picture of the report, screenshot of the report, just went by in the video. Now, the Khalsa Council is supposed to be a representative body whose function is to guide the Bhajanist Panth. And we will refer to the Yogi Bhajan disciples as the Bhajanists, because that's what they are. They follow Yogi Bhajan, and they should be called Bhajanists. I say that because there's never anyone, talking about the Khalsa Council, there's never anyone on this Khalsa Council who is not a Bhajanist, which makes the name Khalsa Council presumptuous, to say the least. Nevertheless, let us examine the report by way of noting the number of times certain words were used. Here are the numbers. Siddhi Singh Sahib, which is this fake name again for Yogi Bhajan, or Yogi Bhajan, was used 31 times in this Khalsa Council letter. Guru Ram Das Ji was used 6. All other Guru Sahib, including the Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji, was used 0 times. Khalsa Council was used 22 times. Khalsa, other than Khalsa Council, was used 0 times. The word Panth was used once. Siddhi Singh Sahib's teachings was used 6 times. The word yoga was used 6 times. The word Gurbani was used 0 times, and the word Simran was used 0 times, and the word Seva was used 0 times. So, the so-called Khalsa Council report does not actually mention the Khalsa. It does not mention Guru Nanak Sahib Ji, nor any of the other Guru Sahibans, save Guru Ram Das Ji. It does not mention Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib, yet it manages to mention Yogi Bhajan 31 times. Yoga and Yogi Bhajan's teachings each have 6 mentions, but Gurbani, Simran, and Seva have none. The report closes by saying, and I quote this Khalsa Council report, "In closing, the meetings we did, the Tritakam meditation together, and members shared how the Siddhi Singh Sahib touched our lives." End quote. Now, for all of you who are not familiar with this Tritakam meditation, this is the one where the Bhajanists meditate by staring at Yogi Bhajan's picture. And I'll put a link to a YouTube video which shows how they do this meditation. So instead of finishing the meetings with an ardas, finishing this Khalsa meetings with an ardas, and then Hukam Nama of Guru Sahib Ji, this Khalsa Council, Yogi Bhajan's Khalsa Council, finished with a meditation on Yogi Bhajan's picture. Gurumustuk. Yogi Bhajan may not be a guru to you in name, but your actions show that you regard him as such. The true Khalsa of Guru Gobind Singh Ji would never, ever, ever engage in such un-Sikh-like practices. Gurumustuk, you say, "When I was a teenager and finding my way, I went through a phase of experimentation with drugs, alcohol, smoking, partying, etc. If my family, friends, and community cast me out during this time, then I would be a very different person than I am today." Gurumustuk, no one wants to cast you out. Neither you nor your fellow 3HO and Sikh Dharma companions. I don't understand what your point is here. Are you suggesting that you and the other Yogi Bhajan students are experimenting with your own version of Sikhi, and we should just tolerate you until you have run your course? Well, Gurumustuk, the experiment in Sikhi has been going on for 45 years, and it's time to get real. There are some many un-Sikh-like practices that in which you all participate that we regular Sikhs would be derelict in our duty if we did not at least attempt to guide you to live by true Sikh values. much as your family must have tried to show you that your adolescent ways were ultimately destructive. If you, Gurumustuk, really want to pursue this metaphor of Yogi Bhajan's students being like adolescents, misbehaving, then I would remind you that teenagers are notoriously unreceptive to advice, no matter how well-meaning. Perhaps, Gurumustuk, that is why SikhNet deletes any posts that are in any way critical of Yogi Bhajan, 3HO, or Sikh Dharma. Gurumustuk Singh, we regular Sikhs simply want you to change your ways to align with the Sikh Rehat and drop these Yogi Bhajan-inspired un-Sikh-like practices. Such things as tantric yoga, astrology, the crazy mantras that Yogi Bhajan made up. Guru Yoga, staring at Yogi Bhajan's photo, as we've shown in this video. This practice of Hindu pujas, the wearing of gemstones for power and energy, and the keeping of Yogi Bhajan's fingernails in Gutka Sahibs, as Guruka Singh, the director of SikhNet, professes to do. There are many of these practices, un-Sikh-like practices, that are going on there. And I've been showing, again, doing yoga in the Darbara Sahib, the placement of Yogi Bhajan's tantric photos and paintings inside the Darbar of the Sri Guru Granth Sahib. These are all practices that we want the Bhajanists to stop. So this list can go on and on for a long time, but all these things have no place in Sikhi. So, in conclusion, Gurumustuk, we have no illusions this will be easy, nor will it happen overnight, nor perhaps anytime soon. But we are not going to go away. We too have dedicated our lives to Sikhi, and it wounds us deeply to see our beautiful path being warped and twisted. We will be watching and will be reminding you of how our beloved Guru Sahib told us to live our lives. How you react, Gurumustuk, to this is, of course, your choice. So let's go through some of these pictures here, and I'll try to explain some of them to you. You can see this is that Tritakam meditation photo. This is the quote from the Khalsa Council meeting newsletter, where they say that they meditated on the Tritakam meditation picture of Yogi Bhajan instead of doing Ardas. Right here you can see this is a screenshot from their Khalsa Council meeting. This was in 2014. It says here, in closing the meetings, we did the Tritakam meditation together. Members shared how Sri Singh Sahib touched our lives. And this is the front cover of that screenshot of that International Khalsa Council report. Highlights from the fall 2014 meetings. You can see it there again, they're meditating on his Tritakam photo, Yogi Bhajan's photo. This is a large tantric painting that is in the Darbar Sahib of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and you can see them doing Prakash here. This is in Espanol in New Mexico, and this huge 10-foot high painting looms over the Darbar Sahib there in Espanola. You can see another shot there of it. This again is that large painting. Now all of these organizations are tied together. This is something important to note. SikhNet, 3HO, all of these organizations, my understanding is that they pool all of their donations. So when you give donations to SikhNet, they go to all these organizations. Don't let them fool you. SikhNet has plenty of money. They don't need your money. They get all these grants and everything from Yogi T and the Call Security. That's all the time we have time for now. But I hope you write to Gurumustuk and tell them to stop all these practices. Thank you for your time. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Gurumustuk Singh Ji, you have been insulting me publicly for many years now with your comments on the internet that say that I am a liar and I'm misleading Sikhs about the anti-Sikh practices that are going on there at the Yogi Bhajan Dera. So now it is time for you to put up or shut up. That's why I am challenging you here today to a face-to-face debate or discussion, whatever you want to call it, where we sit down and video record in front of the Sikh Sangat our different arguments. Here is your opportunity to become more than just an internet warrior. Here is a chance for you to put up your arguments in front of mine, face-to-face, where we can show the entire worldwide Sikh Sangat who's telling the truth. So Gurumustuk Singh, we can either sit down in New Mexico where you live and have an old-fashioned Western showdown at high noon, or we can meet here in the UK where I am right now, have a spot of tea together, or we could even meet in Kenya in Africa, where you're going to be this weekend. You can have a rumble in the jungle. I don't care where we meet, but we have an obligation, you have an obligation, I have an obligation to show the worldwide Sangat who is telling the truth here. Now, I put, for your convenience and the convenience of others who may be watching this video, a video that I made a few months back showing all of the Sikh Rehat Maryada violations, the different un-Sikh-like practices that are going on there at the Yogi Bhajan Dera. This was a video where I addressed your article called Universal Sikhi, where you made specific references to how people like me are waging what you call a hate campaign against your community and the Yogi Bhajan Dera. Gurumustuk Singh, we don't hate you. All we want to do is see the truth. We want to bring you into the correct Khalsa way, the correct Sikh path. That's all we want to do, Gurumustuk. So watch this video again and get back to me. You can message me on Facebook, on YouTube. I'll even put my email address and my phone number in the description to this video. Call me. Let's sit down. Let's have a face-to-face discussion like grown-up human beings, like grown-up and mature Sikhs. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.